So I hope you're having a good day today. My name is Nicole, and I'm here in Spokane, Washington, in the United States. And I'm going to teach you a lesson today about be verbs, and if we have time, also capital letters. All right, that'll be really fun. So, welcome everybody, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, here we go. Okay, so first, just a few reminders and some information about this class. So first, if you need to pay for class, if you want to be a subscriber, or if you are already a subscriber but you need to pay, then you can contact Zach at zach@smrt.me or facebook.com/zach.cc. So this class will be open to the public, but subscribers still get all the special benefits. Subscribers will have access to the Smrt website. They will also get homework, they will get feedback, quizzes, tests, all that stuff. So if you want to be a subscriber, please talk to Zach. All right. But even if you're not a subscriber, you can still hear the lesson. All right, so here is our topic for today. If you're a subscriber, you can go to the Smrt website and click Me and click Open and then click 01 Meeting People. And that will take you to Unit 1. I'll show you. Let's take a look together. All right, so now that I'm logged into the Smrt website, here we go. We go to Me, Open, and 01 is Meeting People. And this will be the material that we're going to use for the lesson today. But if you're not a subscriber, that's okay. You can still see everything on the screen. All right. So today, we're going to talk about the be verb. All right. So the be verb is one of the most difficult verbs in English, because it has many different forms, and also we use it for a lot of different things. So we're gonna start slowly. All right. So first, let me just check and make sure we don't have any questions before we start. Oh, and welcome everybody who just joined. All right, fantastic. So for the be verb, you know that the be verb for present is like am, is, are. And for past, was, were. And then we can also have a past participle, been. We also have a present participle, which is being. So we're not going to talk about all of that today. Our focus is going to be on the present be verb. And we're going to focus also on the be verb in present simple. Of course, there's other ways you can use the be verb. You can use it for present continuous or present progressive. Some people say present progressive. And we can also use it for passive. So present passive for the present be verb. All right, so are you ready to get started? Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at the be verb. Okay. So first, we have a few examples. It says here, I'm from Canada. Where are you from? You can see this letter here, the M. This is short for am, and this is a be verb. Also, are is a be verb. Let's take a look at just one or two more examples, and then we'll learn all the details. Okay, so first, Be is the most important verb in English. We use it for so many things. And here are our examples. We have Jill and Cam are married. Are is our be verb. Chris is not outside. Is not is our verb. So is the verb, and the not is a negative particle. But we can think of is not as negative be verb. All right. So, I have a question from Rosa. It says, today, are you going to focus on to be as a verb, not as an auxiliary? Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do, Rosa. We're going to focus on be as a normal full verb, not as an auxiliary verb. But if you want to talk about that a little bit too, we can. All right. So, our next example, the door is closed. Again, is our be verb. All right, and we have another negative example. It says here, I'm not from Russia, I'm from Ukraine. So again, I'm not is our negative be verb, and then I'm is our positive be verb. So now we can look at how to make the be verb for positive sentences in present simple. All right. So first, if your subject is I, you can say I am or I'm. I am, or the short form is I'm. We could say I'm 25 years old. We could also say, for subject you are. Short form, you're, with the apostrophe R-E. So you're very nice. For subject he, we use is or apostrophe S. Like he is my teacher or he's my teacher. And last on this page, we have she, subject she. Again, we use is. She is or she apostrophe S. She is my friend, she's my friend. Okay, we have just a few more because we have I, you, he, she. We still need it, we, and they. So let's look. We have it is or it's. So it is cloudy today or it's cloudy today. We are friends or we're friends with apostrophe R-E. And finally, we have they are or they're, like they are mine or they're mine. So I think this part's a little easy, but let's look at it all together just to be sure. We'll look at it all on one page. Okay, push this down just a little. And also, if you're a subscriber, I'll send you these notes after the class too. So then you can have a copy of this. Okay, so again, for I, we use am. For he, she, it, we use is. For you, we, they, we use are. And the short form, we can say I'm, he's, yours, like that. Apostrophe M, apostrophe S, or apostrophe R-E. Okay, are you with me so far? All right, so I have a couple questions here. Let's see. So Solomon asked, should you close your open class? So this is a good question about open classes and closed classes. Let's take just a moment to talk about that. So good question, Solomon. So for now, the classes are going to be open to watch, but special parts of the class will be closed for just subscribers. The subscribers will get special benefits. The subscribers will get homework, quizzes, tests, access to the Smrt website. They will also get Google Hangouts with the teacher, so like private chat with the teacher as well. So the subscribers will get lots of benefits, but we still want to be able to show the material to lots and lots of people, because it helps lots and lots of people. All right, so that's a great question, Salman. Okay, so here we go. Oh, and then also notes. And feedback. Feedback is like corrections. Like I'll correct your homework and give you advice, things like that. So subscribers get lots and lots of benefits, but lots of people can also just see the lesson. All right. Okay, so back to the present simple be verb. This is how we make the be verb. But notice here, it just says ... or ellipses, ... What do we put after a be verb? We had lots of different examples. Let's look at those one more time. Let's look at what comes after a be verb. Okay, so I'm going to go back one page. After a be verb here, it says 25 years old. Here it says very nice. Here it says my teacher. Here it says my friend. These are all very different things. You know, this is an age. This right here is like an adverb and an adjective. This is a possessive adjective and a noun. Let's look at the next page. Here we have an adjective and an adverb. We have some people. We have a possessive pronoun. Oh goodness, this is what gets difficult. What do we put after be verbs? Can we put anything after a be verb? No, you can't. But I will give you some rules of what you can put after a be verb for present simple. All right, let's take a look. So here we go. First, we often use be verbs before conditions. So we often use be verbs before conditions. So what is a condition? A condition is an adjective, a job, a place, or a time. So let's take a look at some examples. So adjective. Example, my friends are awesome. Awesome is an adjective. Adjectives are words like big, small, tall, short, beautiful. These are adjectives. So we can use adjectives after be verbs. Let's do a few examples together. I can say, he is handsome. Because handsome is an adjective. It's also okay to put an adverb before the adjective. We can say, for example, he is very handsome. No problem. All right. Let's look at jobs. We often use be verbs before jobs. So for example, I'm a teacher. So am is our be verb right here. And this is my job. I'm a teacher. So I'm a teacher. You're students. And finally, we can use be verbs before places or times. Usually these are prepositional phrases. For example, the book is on the table. Or the test is on Monday. On the table is a place. On Monday is a time. All right, so let's stop for a moment and then let's make some examples of our own. Okay, so let's remember, we can use be verbs before conditions. Conditions are adjectives, jobs, places, or times. Let's make some examples in the chat. Example sentences with adjectives, jobs, places, and times after present simple be verbs, like I am, he, she, it is, you, we, they are. And while I'm waiting for you to write, I'll write just one or two more examples. All right, we have, they are students. Good. We also have, let's see, Paris is in France, because in France is a place. Good. How about Neil teaches, well, actually, no, I can't say that one because that's teach. Let me think. Maybe there is a class. Let's see. What do I want to say? I want to try to do one with today or tomorrow. How about the test is today? There we go. So you don't have to use a preposition when you talk about time. All right, so I have one more point that someone added. The benefits, you also get a certificate. So certificate, thank you, Navjot. Navjot? Sing, thank you. All right, and then I have a few more examples and questions. I'll write the examples. Okay, so we have the car is very fast. Perfect, because fast is an adjective. Good job. We have the pupil is very smart. So good job, Melina. Very nice, because smart is an adjective. We have Neil is a great teacher. Ooh, I agree. So Neil also teaches here in Spokane. So I see Neil every day. And he is a great teacher. I think so. All right. So teacher is a job, so we can use a be verb. Okay, we have she's a lawyer. Very good. And my wallet is in my pocket. These are all great examples. Very good. Lawyer is a job. In my pocket is a place. Like where? Where is my wallet? So very nice examples, everybody. So good. Okay, and then just a couple more questions about the subscribers. I think from Prem Anand is asking about how to pay for classes and is it free or not. It's free to watch, but some things do cost money. And if you want to pay for the class, you can go to Zach's Facebook page or you can email Zach. At the end of the lesson too, I'll paste these into the chat and that way you can talk to Zach if you want. All right, so good. Any more examples? Let's see. Oh, I do have a couple more. All right, we have you are very beautiful. Good, beautiful is an adjective. Very nice. Good. We also have he is considered as the best student of your class. So good example. example, although we don't have to say as, we can just say he is considered the best student of your class. So he is considered. Actually, this one here, it's a good sentence, absolutely good sentence. This is an example of present passive. Present passive is a special grammar that we use with the be verb. We use be verb plus verb 3. Verb 3 is the past participle, like go, went, gone, or eat, ate, eaten. That's verb 3. So this sentence means that people consider him the best student, but we don't want to say people, so we reorganize our sentence using present passive. We will study present passive later in the future, but that's a wonderful example of another way we use be verbs. So good. All right, and let's see, we have one more. We have the bud is very disgusting. Good. Do we mean bud or maybe bug? Because bud is okay, but a bud is like a small flower, like before it opens. Maybe we mean bug, like bug is an insect. Ew. Like a cockroach is a bug. All right. So great examples, everybody. So just to review, we often use be verbs before conditions, like adjectives, jobs, places, or times. But there's more. There's more reasons we use be verbs for present simple. So let's look. We use be verbs. We also use be verbs before ages. Age is how old are you? How old are you is your age. So for example, I'm 34 years old and he's 22 years old. This is very, very different from most languages. Most languages use the word have. So it's like I have 34 years or he has 22 years, but not English. English, we use the be verb. All right, so good. That's a very common mistake that people make when they translate. So just remember, be verb for ages, how old you are. Okay, so maybe in the chat you can write how old you are. How old are you? And this one's true for me. I am 34 years old. And I will also add one. I'll say my baby is 5 months old. Very small, 5 months old. All right, okay. Oh, in Portuguese they use have too. Good, yeah, many languages use have to talk about age. I know in Spanish and in French also. So good, very nice. Okay, good. All right. Oh, I have another example sentence that I want to write just because I like it. It says, you are the best English teacher in the world. I like that sentence. Teacher is a job, and then are is our be verb. So very nice. Okay, so this is for ages. And there's one more common reason why we use be verbs. We can use be verbs to talk about possession with possessive adjectives and pronouns. So let's take a look at some examples. Here it says, these are your books. Or it's my cup. So it's my cup. Or they are his. If you watched my last closed lesson, this was our topic. We talked about possession, possessive adjectives, and possessive pronouns. All right, and we often use be verbs. You don't have to use be verbs. It's possible to use other verbs. For example, like he has my book, or they like her hair. So of course it's possible to use other verbs, but here, for example, the focus is on like or love, like. With the be verb, the focus is just on possession. Just on possession. So saying this belongs to this. Or this, here we go, this belongs to this, or this is here. Good. So it's my cup, they are his. All right. So let's see if we can make a few example sentences for ages or for possessive adjectives and pronouns in the chat. All right, I'll do a few more. How about or how about the car is mine? Or the books are hers. Or this is her bag. So we often use the be verb with possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. Oh, good, I have some examples coming up now. All right, so with ages, we have, let's see, Amel is 22 years old. So he or she said, I'm 22 years old. Melina said, I am 16. Good. Anderson says, I'm 36 years old. Good. These are great examples with ages. Very nice. And we have some examples for possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. We have, it is her soothing chamomile tea. Ooh, that sounds nice. Soothing chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is a relaxing tea that you drink. Or we have, it was his mistake. Oh no, his mistake. Or the purse is hers. Very good. All right. Do not think that. Okay, so I do have a question from Swati. I'll try to answer it at the end. Okay, so we have, this is their house. Good. Oh, and then Jess Velez asked a question. Which is the correct form to write the be verb in an essay? He is or he's? Oh, that's a great question. So he is what we usually write in an essay. He is more formal. So let me put that down here. Good question. We usually use he is for formal situations, like an essay. We usually use the short form, like he's, in casual situations, like a conversation. So he is more formal, and he's is more casual. He is more common for writing. He use is more common for speaking? That's a great question, Jess. All right. So let's see if we have one or two more examples. We have, it is his regal castle. Ooh, very nice, regal castle. She is in her 20s. Oh, very nice. In her 20s, this means she's between 20 and 29. Maybe she doesn't want to say exactly. So that's a great example, very nice. And one more, we have, that's our palace. All right, great job making examples with be verbs. So let's go back to the slideshow. You guys are doing great. So we can see we had lots of examples. We had an age, adjective, possessive adjectives. Here another adjective. We have here noun, friend. You can think of like a job. Like student, teacher, friend. You could also say father, mother, like family members too, because that's their position, their job in your life. Also, mine is a possessive pronoun. Very, very good. Let's look at the negative form. Here we go. For the negative form, you can say I am not or I'm not, no problem. We can say you are not, you're not, or you aren't. He is not, he's not, or he isn't. So now we have more choices for how to make this. You can put the you and are, or the he and is together, or you can put the are and the not together and say aren't, or the is and the not together and say isn't. But don't try to put all three together. So for example, we can't say yorn't. Let me write that for you because it sounds very funny. All right. So you are not. We can say you're not. We can say you aren't. But don't try to put all of those together. Don't say you're yeah, that doesn't work. You can't put all three together. Just remember, only one apostrophe for one word, okay? Don't put two apostrophes. Apostrophe is like the comma. It looks like an up comma or a high comma. So just use one. But you have some choices for negative grammar. You can say you're not or you aren't. No problem. Or he's not or he isn't. Again, no problem. For negative, for she, same thing. She is, she's not, or she isn't. They're all okay. It is not, it's not, or it isn't. And then for we and they, we use are. So we are, we're, we aren't. Or they are, they're, they aren't. So good, that's for negatives. All right. I do want to take a moment to talk about the difference between these two words. We talked a little bit about this in my last lesson, my last closed lesson, but it's a very important topic because people make this mistake all the time. It's and its. The sound is the same, it's, but they have different meaning. So before, we learned that its is a possessive adjective. Its, with the apostrophe, means it is. It says usually here because it is possible to use it apostrophe s to mean it has for present perfect grammar, but Again, we'll study that in the future. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So we have look at the cat. Its eyes are blue. So you see here the word its. Its, with no apostrophe, is a possessive adjective. So this means it's similar to words like my, your, his, her, your, his, her, our, or their. So like my house, its house. Okay? And that's the same for this sentence. It says, look at the cat, its eyes are blue. I am from Canada, its flag is red and white. Again, it's like saying my flag, your flag, its flag is red and white. But this it is different. If you see it apostrophe s, it's two words put together. Usually it is. So this is my new car. It's a Toyota. This means it is a Toyota. Or my soup isn't very good and it's cold. This means it is cold. It's okay? All right, fantastic. So here's how we make questions with the be verb, the present simple be verb. We put am, is, or are before the subject. Just like this. Am I right? Are you from China? Is he at school? Is she okay? Is it sunny today? Are we finished outside? And are they outside? And remember, we just have to match our subject and verbs. So am and I go together. Are with you, we, or they. And is for he, she, and it. Really, it's the same as the positive. We just switch the subject and the verb. All right. And I'll put this all together on one page so we can see. Okay. So these are the negatives right here. And the short forms are right here. For the questions, we can begin am, is, or are. And then we put our subject, I, he, she, it, you, we, they. And then the rest of our sentence, like a condition or an age, something like that. We don't use short forms for questions. Like for positive, we can say like I'm or he's or your. You can't do that for questions because the be verb is before the subject, so it doesn't work. You can't make it shorter. All right. Okay, here we go. So those are for yes, no questions. And here's how to answer these questions. We can say yes plus subject plus be verb. Or no plus subject plus our negative be verb. So here again, yes plus subject plus be verb. Or no plus subject plus negative be verb. So am I right? Yes, you are. No, you aren't. Are you from China? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Oop, and I have a question here. Let's see. What is the difference between ain't and aren't? Ooh, that's a good question. Let me write that down. So what is the difference between ain't and aren't? Here we go. I'll make these words a little darker so we can see them. Okay. Ain't is slang, and you can use ain't for any subject. We can say I ain't, or he ain't, or they ain't. So you can use ain't with any subject. And it has the same meaning as a negative be verb, like am not, is not, or are not. But it's very, very slang. It's very, very casual. So it's not something you would want to write in an essay. And even when you're speaking, it's not very common. But you do hear it sometimes, especially in the southeast part of the United States. It's very popular there. Like in Texas and Florida and Georgia, Louisiana, places like that. All right, so that's a great question. That's the difference between ain't and aren't. Good. And then someone wrote an example. Melina wrote, I'll write some examples down here. So Melina wrote, is he a liar? Yes, he is. That's a great example of a question and a short answer. Perfect. All right. So there's one more way to make questions, because you don't have to just make yes or no questions. You can also make questions with who, what, where, when. Let's see if we have some examples for those. Okay, so we can also make questions with the be verb and what, where, why, who, when, how, and whose. Whose we use to ask questions about possession. Let's look at some examples. We have, whose jacket is this? Or what is that? Where is John? Who are you? Or when is lunch? So the same thing, we put our be verb before our subject, but before the be verb, you can put a question word, like whose, what, where, who, when, like that. All right, let's look at just a couple more examples. We also have how, why, and what time. So we said, how are you? Why are you so happy? What time is it? And what is your name? So these are all questions using question words before the be verb. Let's see, do we have any more examples? It says, often English speakers make contractions with question words and is. Ooh, so this is very interesting. You can say what is, or you can say what's. You can't do this with yes or no questions, but if you have a question word, you can put it together with is. We don't usually do this with am or are, but is okay. We can say, what's your favorite color? How's James? Who's your teacher? Where's the bathroom? And when's the next game? Just means when is, where is, who is, how is, what is. All right, so we have just a little time left. Let's see if we have any questions. Oh, Solomon asked, what means nor? So let me answer this question. Nor is the same meaning as or, but we use it in negative sentences with the word neither. And I'll give you an example. I want neither coffee nor tea. So nor, it's like or, but it's for negative sentences, usually with the word neither. This sentence means I don't want coffee, I don't want tea. That's the meaning of this sentence. I don't want coffee, I don't want tea. And just very quickly, we often see both and together, either and or together, and neither and nor together. These are special words that we use when we're talking about exactly two things. Not 3, not 4, not 5, but exactly two things. So both means that you want or that you need or you like, whatever verb you use, two things. Either means you want one, and then neither, 0. So just a quick example here. If you say, I want both coffee and tea, this means I want coffee, I want tea. You want two things. Oops. There we go. And if you say either, I want either coffee or tea, this means I want one drink, maybe coffee, maybe tea. I don't care. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. All right, so I think that we have one more question here from Donnie D. It says, can we say, what's it? We don't usually say, what's it? We can say, if you add more to your sentence, we can say that. Like, what's it going to be today, for example? But just what's it? It sounds like you're starting a sentence, not finishing a sentence. So we don't tend to use what's it. We would say, what is it? Because then it sounds like you're finished. So mostly it's just because it doesn't sound like you're finished with your sentence if you say, what's it? It sounds like you're going to continue and say more words. So good question, Donnie D. All right, and welcome Jesus, and welcome Sultan. All right, so I think we have time for just one more small lesson today. So if you are a subscriber and you have access to the Smrt website, you can go to menu, and we're going to go to writing 1-1. Writing 1-1 is capital letters. And we're just going to do a very quick review for capital letters. All right, let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Okay. So in English, we use capital letters in the following situations. Okay. All right. We use capital letters for the first word of a sentence. We use capital letters for the pronoun I, but not other pronouns. For example, he, she, it. We only need a capital if it's the first word of your sentence. We use capital letters for proper names. Proper names like Nicole, Sultan, Melina, like that. For people, also for companies like Apple, Google, Samsung, and products. So a product like Instagram, for example, or WhatsApp, you would use capital letters. All right. And then also for people's titles. So I want to talk about this one because it's a little confusing. It says here, I'm having dinner with Uncle Peter and Aunt Wendy. Normally, the words uncle and aunt are not capitalized. So for example, my uncle is nice. But if you put the word uncle before a name, then it's like part of his name. It's a title. Like this. I visited Uncle, let's say Uncle Solomon. I visited Uncle Solomon. So here we capitalize uncle because next is his proper name. So anytime that you have a title for a person, we're going to change it to capital. So that's the tricky one. All right. Oops, where did it go? Oh, right here. Okay. And then, so we have an example here. My uncle is a university professor. Here there's no name, so we don't need a capital letter. But here there is a name, so we need one. And I know we're going very fast through this last part. I just wanted to squeeze in one last little lesson. Okay. And then number 5, we have proper names of countries, cities, regions, and languages. So countries like Russia, city like London, region like California is a state, the Middle East is a very large area, but they're not exactly like city or country. We can call these regions. And then finally languages like English and Spanish. These need capital letters. All right, and we have just one more, which are days of the week, months, and holidays. Days of the week are like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Months like January, February, March, April, May, June, July. And holidays like Valentine's Day, Christmas, New Year's Day. Like that. Whew, that's a lot of information. All right. So just very slowly, one more time. We capitalize the first word of a sentence. We capitalize the pronoun I. We capitalize the names of people, companies, and products. We capitalize people's titles. We capitalize countries, cities, regions, and languages. And we capitalize days of the week, months, and holidays. Let's see if we can do a little practice in the chat. Can you write some examples with some correct capital letters? All right, and I'll write some too while I wait for some to come. All right. Oh, I have a few already. Here we go. Let's see. We have, I'm from Vietnam. Very good. Vietnam is capital because it's a country. We have British Columbia. So we can say maybe he is in British, Columbia. Very good. I like Italian food. Very good. So Italian is the adjective for the country. So that works very, very well. Let's see, any more? Oh, Sultan asked about the I in internet. Very good. We do capitalize the I in internet. So let me give you an example. He uses the internet every day. So we capitalize the internet because it is a product. Let's see. Like this. I know it's hard to think about it like a product because now it's everywhere. The internet is everywhere in the world, but it didn't start that way, right? It started out more like an application. So, and we kept the capital letter even after it became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So good question. Okay, let's see if we have any more. So we have, I am watching the lesson from Kazakhstan. Ooh, wow, let's see if I can spell this. Kazakhstan, very good. All right. Oh, and then let's see. I went to the market to went to the market with my cousin Sarah. That's another great example. And then let's see. We have another question about P.O. Box. You don't have to capitalize the box part. We capitalize the P.O. It's short for post office. So post office, you can think of it as like the company, the United States Post Office. It's like a P.O. box. So good, that's capitalized. And you can actually capitalize all of it if you want. When you write letters, it's easier for the machines to read the capital letters. So P.O. box is sometimes all capital. But you can put like this too. So good question, Sultan. Oh, let's see. I have a couple more examples. I have a mobile made in China. Good. Very good. And let's see. Oh, we have an interesting one from Salman. It's I love my brother Sabir. And here I put a comma because really you're saying I love my brother. And then this is extra information to identify your brother. If you say my, then we probably won't capitalize the brother. If you just say this, I love brother Sabir, that's when you can capitalize. But this my sort of separates this information from this information. So don't say my if you want to use the capital letter. Very good. Ooh, you're bringing up all kinds of interesting points. Good job, you guys. Okay, so any last examples? Let's see, did I miss any? Good. All right, so thank you very much. I'll put one or two more examples here. We can say, he speaks English very well. And I'll do one more. Which one should I choose? How about, oh, let's do like a holiday. Okay. Maybe Halloween is next month. Halloween is a holiday on October 31st. All right, so once again, I just want to point out that if you want to be a subscriber, you can talk to Zach. I'm going to copy this into the chat so that way you can contact Zach if you need to. Here we go. And if you are a subscriber, you have some homework today. So your homework, if you're a subscriber, here we go. Your homework is Grammar 1-3 exercises and Writing 1-1 exercise. I'll show you where that is on the Smrt website. All right, so on the Smrt website, if you go to menu, Grammar 1-3 is right here, and Writing 1-1 is right here. Grammar 1-3, you can click on it, go to Menu, Exercise. All right, and then you can make a copy and share. I'll share this page with you if you're a subscriber, and that will explain exactly how to do the homework. All right, so thank you everybody so much for joining me today, and please subscribe if you're interested in all the benefits. All right, have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.